up, y'all? Elias and stuff. What's up, man? What's cracking? Simon Labor Beats, what's up, man? Oh, asking about the new compressor. Huh. Oh. Let me turn this down. So you're talking about how there's like, here, let me check. Are you talking about the fact that there's like a compressor, but then there's also a sidechain compressor? Because yeah, it functions pretty similar to how it did before, but now it's just kind of split into two so that you can have one that's just dedicated for side chaining and then one that's like for like non-side chain compression, if that makes sense. Oh yeah, dude, the gain is actually really sick. Yeah, we can definitely mess around with that for sure. Super accessible. It's like very easy to use, like the step button numbers and like the pads and stuff. Yeah, man, it's pretty chill. What's up, man? Sold the M8? Heck yeah, man. That's tight, dude. Well, I hope you at least least got your good resale value there. Because those things do hold up in value, so the secondhand market for M8's is pretty chill. You can usually get close to what you paid for, so dude, that's what's up though. Dude, nice. That's what's up. Yeah, you got to try it out. Wasn't for you. It's all good, man. There we go. Nice. Love doing that kind of fake tape stop type thing with the new remix effect on Lofi-12 XT. So definitely check that out if you have not installed the latest firmware. It's a lot of fun. But yeah, so let's go ahead and get into the session for today. Here, let me reorient my mic. So yeah, today we're going to be working on Lofi-12 XT. And of course, I've got M8 here to load samples, etc. I also have the MIDI going out of the Lofi-12 XT into the M8, so I might try messing around with some like kind of hybrid MIDI type stuff going on. But I think for the first beat, it's definitely just all going to be on Lofi-12 XT. So yeah, if you're into that, stick around and let's go ahead and get right into it here. So I'm going to load a blank pattern and record in our sample for today. So let's take a listen to that real quick. It's called Tide. Whoops. Here we go. Nice. So that's all we got. Plenty to work with though, I think. So I am going to pitch it up so that we can record it in here and get all the time. I might not even need to pitch it up actually, because the maximum sample time on this is like 40 seconds. And this is probably less than 40 seconds. Here, let's try recording and see what happens. Okay, so function record. Then I gotta do stereo in. What are the levels like? They're nice and warm. That's all she wrote. Look at that. Didn't even need to pitch it up. That's what's up. Okay. Take a look at that waveform. See how we're looking. Alright, so I'm going to get to the slice mode and get chopping here. Alright, let's get into it. So you can just put in lazy chops by pressing the first pad and then just pressing the rest of the pads until they all run out. And you have 16 slices on Lofi-12 XT. It caps out there. So let's see if we can get our money's worth here. Nice. I didn't do too bad on the lazy chops. It all sounds pretty chill. Oh yeah, I have to add them all to the same choke group as well, so that they're not like playing over each other. So yeah, that's super easy to do. Just have to turn the choke button here, a knob. Whoops. And then yeah, one of the fun things to do is pitch the sample down. So let's hear how that sounds. -6 semitones though? Sounds hot. sounds. So it always starts at 120 BPM, and I always forget to change it. So we're not working at that tempo, not yet. I'm thinking like 86 maybe would sound chill here. I think I'm gonna adjust the start point of this slice. So we'll go to the sound page. Not bad. Alright, so something basic with the chops. Let's get some drums loaded in. So I gotta record those from M8 as well. There is like a file browser on this where you can load sounds from the SD card, but I find it easier just to manage the samples on the M8 just because it has like a better like interface for like loading stuff up. Okay, what do we got? The snare sounds tight, but there's like some kind of vinyl crackle on it. And there's actually a pretty easy way to fix it using the M8. Here, I'll do M8 big screen mode so you can see what I got going on here. I know this is a Lofi-12 XT session, but we always gotta have fun with M8. So yeah, if you've got sounds that you want to remove, like crackles and pops, especially from samples from records, if you're like trying to kind of mask that stuff, because I want it to be too distracting, you can just like highlight the selection for it. You could also do this on like audio editing software, like on your computer. But yeah, I can tell that like this kind of thing right here, it's like that very small like kind of spike in the audio. Like that is definitely the pop or click. So I can just kind of isolate it with M8. And you can see I have like that very small selection cropped, or selected, I mean. And then I just press delete, and then boom, it's gone. And there's one other vinyl pop that I want to get rid of, which is right here. And yeah, you can kind of just tell based on the waveform where it's sort of like spiking is where the crackles are. It's probably this thing right here. And then you just bring it all the way down to the end and then move it up just a couple. And then delete. Let's take a listen now. There's like one more. I promise I'm not going to spend all day doing this, but let me just get rid of this one. Maybe like this little chunk here. Dude, you hear that? It's gone. There's no more crackle. And some would say that that's sacrilege to remove the crackle because that gives it the kind of vinyl essence. But you know what? I don't want the listener to be distracted by that crackle, so... yeah, I guess I'll override it. That's fine. Okay, so now that we got that out of the way, let's get it recorded to Lofi-12 XT, which we're going to do right here. Okay, whoops. Nice. All right, and let's do kick drum next. Kind of like that one. There's kind of like something at the end there. It sounds like it's someone saying yeah. But yeah, we can use the envelope like I did with the snare, which I didn't talk too much about. But yeah, you basically have two types of envelopes on the Lofi-12 XT. There's attack, sustain, release, and then there's attack, release. So attack, release is a little bit more linear, I guess. It kind of just starts dropping off the sound once you let go. Whereas the one with sustain will like, there's a period where it'll hold it or sustain it, I guess, because hold is like something different. And then it'll release it after. So I don't know, definitely feel free to experiment with these and kind of play around with them. I find that the attack release is like a little bit more straightforward. And then this one, you have a little bit more control, the attack sustain release on like different ways of holding the note. But yeah, attack release is pretty simple. So usually I use that one to do the like drum gating basically and putting an envelope on stuff. So yeah, it kind of gets rid of that like stuff at the end, that whatever else was on the sample. Yeah, I like playing around with the tuning of the drums, just like trying to reduce the pitch of certain things to see if it sort of like matches a little bit better. For the snare, when you bring the pitch down, it can kind of like make it sound less harsh, I guess. It softens the impact of it, sort of. And for hi-hats too, when you lower the pitch, they get like, I don't know, they're like less bright or something, I don't know. But yeah, let's find some hi-hats, speaking of. Hell yeah. It's a little bit quiet. Here, I'm going to normalize it and see what happens. Dude, there's like a bongo in there or something. But yeah, we can use the envelope to kind of get rid of that. Let's see, should probably make it quieter too. And then attack release. Yeah, you can really hear the difference of it on the hi-hat. So like this is it kind of like maxed out or whatever, or halfway. So you can hear that bongo after. And then I bring it in. And it really closes down the hi-hat. Which is good for getting a more consistent sound. how adjusting the pitch on this, like, I don't know, it just kind of like fits better for some reason. This is the original pitch. And then that's -4. I just noticed that all the notes I'm recording in are, they're at 100 velocity. So let me, I think I have like the pad settings set to make it all 100, so let me change that. Yeah, so I just adjusted the volume so like some of the hi-hats are quieter than the others, or than others. Nice, so we got a lot of kicks in the mix here. So I am going to do a classic strategy here, which is to duplicate the sequence, and then I'll keep some of the kicks on one half of the sequence and some on the other. So we're going to take the 1-bar pattern that's like super duper, got a lot of kicks in it basically, and then sort of spread it out across 2 bars. So yeah, you go to the config page, hold function, turn the A knob to increase the length, So now we've got 2 pages of the sequence and they're both the exact same. So now I can start to remove some of the ghost notes from one, some from the other, and kind of create a little bit more variety as like the pattern is now a 2-bar pattern. Same thing with the snare pattern. So I don't want this snare to play every single time. So I'm going to extend the sequence, make it 2 bars, and then I'll delete this extra snare from the first bar so it just plays on the second one. Nice. So let's come back to the sample chops and see if I can play something a little more interesting. Cracking, man. Nice. So sample chops are sounding pretty sick. I'm pretty happy with that one. So the sample did have a bass line, but all the chops that I'm using, you can't really hear the bass. So I think we could probably play bass on top of it. Boom, 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 or something like that. I don't know. Let's try to find a bass sound that works. Bro, that sounds kind of dope. Alright, I gotta record it in and just see, let's just see what's what here. It's not every day that I run across one of these loops and it like fits perfect. So that's why I'm happy. Alright, let's record it in. Straight from vinyl, because you can hear all that noise. But yeah, Simon Labor Beats writes in and says, how do you deal with mastering and increasing the sound of your beats from the XT? It's a good question. You do have some tools that available that you can use to kind of like master and mix things. So yeah, on the mix screen, you can adjust the levels of your samples. So this is always a good way to kind of figure out what's like too loud or what you can reduce. So you can see like the volume meters for everything going up. And then you can select tracks to like decrease the volume of with the A knob. So like the sample chops I can bring down. Yeah, usually I do that stuff kind of towards the end once I've got all the layers in and I want to start adjusting things. But as I'm going, sometimes I do change the levels too. So there's the mix page. You've also got volume control on the amp page. So the volume parameter will kind of like adjust the volume of all of the sounds on that track, up or down. So this is a way to get a little bit of a boost, or you can bring things back on the amp page as well. And then of course you have like the velocity for the notes, so you can turn that down to make things quieter or louder. So you have quite a bit of tools in terms of like adjusting levels. But as far as like mixing and mastering goes, like half of it is adjusting the levels and the other half is like really kind of creating space for the sounds. So yeah, maybe once we get to the end of this beat, I can like talk more about that process, but definitely it starts with making sure your levels are adjusted using some of the tools you have here, like velocity, the amp page volume, and then the mix page levels as well. All right, so we got this bass line. Let me remind myself what we're working with here. Chop it up. All right, so sound page, voice, Schleiss mode. And then from the pad screen, we can set them all to a choke group so they're not playing over each other. Turn the knob there. know, and you're probably like, dang, that is so many bass notes in there. It sounds a little busy. And you are correct, if that's what you're thinking. So yeah, my plan here is I'm just really trying to jam all these notes in here. And then just like before, I'm going to extend the sequence by like cloning and duplicating it. And then when I do that, I'll be removing some of the notes from some phrases or sections or whatever, just so it's like, so I have the notes that I know work, and then I can kind of like scale back as the pattern progresses instead of needing to play it all in live at once. So speaking of, let's do that. Hold function, turn A knob. So now it's 2 bars instead of 1 bar. I could make it 4 bars, but I think I'll just start with 2 bars for now. Now I'm going to make it 4 bars. And I think I'm going to delete maybe this note. Maybe this one. Adjust like the envelope too and see if I can sort of control the sound a little bit better. It does help kind of control the like end of the slices where it sort of ends abruptly. It's not bad. Probably need a filter too though. So let's do low pass. Get rid of that high-end noise, like the vinyl noise, by just putting a filter on it. Maybe I'll try like an insert effect too. Like, dude, Crusher would probably sound sick on this to make it even like more lo-fi. That Super Nintendo bass line. Crusher effect has a low pass filter on it too, which is controlled by the C knob, the cutoff. it also has a balance control too. So right now we're listening to it fully crushed, but you can reduce the volume of the crushed part of it and bring back the original sample by adjusting the balance. So this is just the original sample, but as I turn this up, sprinkle in a little bit of the grittiness or whatever. That comes from the rate parameter. Just get a little bit on there. Dude, hell yeah. Oh yeah, and then Simon Labor Beats said, I appreciate it, Jay. I think I hear a lot of other people's beats and they just sound fuller and louder, I find. Yeah, that could be like using the compressor too, which we could definitely take a look at once I get more sounds in the mix here. Speaking of, what else we got? See if we can find some more layers here. Really in key, but I have no idea about any of that, so let's just record it in and see if maybe I can pitch it in such a way that it sounds cool. And yeah, when you record sounds into the Lofi-12 XT, it'll enable 12-bit mode by default. I don't know, sometimes on melodic samples, it kind of like makes it sound a little too harsh. See, it sounds kind of distorted, right? But then I turn it off, turn off velocity sensitivity too. It's a lot more smooth. So yeah, the 12-bit mode, pretty good for like drums and rhythm section type stuff, but for melodics, sometimes it's kind of hit or miss. Says, thanks a lot, or thanks, I learned a lot watching you make beats, which I think are really good. Dude, I appreciate that. Thank you so much. maybe not going to work out, but it's all good. We can keep shopping around. So what else we got? Dude, this sounds kind of tight. Sounds like when you like pick up an item in like an old video game. Or like open up the menu or something. I'm into it though. But yeah, let's go, or let's get bread. Asks, what is the little machine? Or what little machine is that? This thing is called the Dirty Wave M8. It's a sampler, sequencer, groove box type deal. In a very small form factor. As you can see, it's super tiny. But yeah, it's basically a sampler, essentially. So I'm using a sampler with my sampler. How do you like that? Alright, but yeah, let me record this in. Definitely sounds like a video game sound effect. No judgment. Actually, let me do 2 recordings of it. I'll explain why in just a second here. I'm going to turn off velocity sensitivity, turn 12-bit mode off too, and then do the slice mode. Okay, so I recorded it twice. The reason why I recorded it twice is because I want there to be a way for me to play just one note of it, like the full budulun, but then I also want to have a slice where it's just like the first part. Alright, I lazy chopped that in not the most effective way. So one slice will be this, and then the other one will be this, and then this has the full one. It's still kind of making a pop sound at the end, so I gotta like figure that out. That's not bad. Dang, I might not even need the second one, but oh well. of sounds like a bongo or something. It's like a rhythmic sample, or at least it sounds like a rhythmic sample. It's not a bad layer. All right. We got anything else though?
Well,
I can work it into the arrangement. Got a lot of sustain there. Let me trim off the end because I recorded too much of it. And then yeah, I've already got a baseline sequence, so I should probably trim off the bass on this by using like a high pass. It's like a piano riff or something. I think it'll sound sick. So just looking for some pitches that kind of like work with the scale of the sample I'm using. So I think this one's good. And this one maybe? This one. Okay. So I gotta make the sequence longer. We're gonna do 64 steps, and I'll have this play twice. Basically, I'll play this, let it rest for a bar, and then I'll play this one. Gar Magnus, what's up, man? I was debating adding more triggers of the sample, but I think we're good with 2. All right, what else we got? For the rhythm section, like a slice drum break or something. this one sounds dope. So let's record it in. Keep it nice and simple. And we got to chop it up. Turn velocity sensitivity off. Slice mode enabled. Probably messed up some of those, so we're going to fine tune it by zooming in. Nice, so now we got some extra rhythm sounds to kind of like pepper in as the beat plays to kind of switch it up a little bit. add like a filter to the drum break to scale it back a little bit so that the one shots kind of have room to do their one shot thing. section instead of like overwriting it, basically. Probably do like an insert effect too. I do love the crusher effect. Nice. So that's turned out pretty sick. I think the arrangement is pretty full and sounded cool. But yeah, to speak to Simon Labor Beats' point and question earlier, so once you've got all your sounds kind of like arranged in the way you want, with different layers and, you know, alternate sample chops or whatever. Right now we're just working with one pattern. But yeah, once you get to that point, you've got some options in terms of like kind of raising the levels, for like mixing and mastering, that sort of thing. And I'm not an expert on this, so definitely experiment with the tools that you have here and like try to find what works best for you. The samples that you're using are of course going to have like a huge impact on like what knobs you turn and what controls you enable or whatever. But yeah, one tool that you can use to kind of like make things louder is the compressor, which you can access from the global effects page. So you go to mix and then you press the left auxiliary button. And yeah, there's a lot of different master effects here. You could maybe even experiment with the isolator to kind of like sort of adjust certain levels. It also has a gain parameter, which you can like increase the levels with. But let's start with the compressor first. So yeah, we've got a sidechain compressor and regular one. So sidechain is if you want to like have certain sounds decrease the levels of other sounds when they play. So it's usually if you have like competing frequencies like the bass and the kick drum, or the kick drum and the sample chops. Not really an issue here. So I'll just do the regular compressor. And then yeah, I'll just turn it on and hear what it sounds like. And then definitely just experiment with like the threshold and the ratio to get something that kind of like pumps up your sound a little bit. Sounds super smushed like this. So this is sounding kind of louder. start by increasing the gain just to like bring it up, and then from there I can fine tune things. Dude, that sounds hella louder. It's like almost a little clippy. Not quite. Attack and release, I think, also impact like how quickly it's like bringing the levels down. Oh man, yeah, I don't really know too much about how to get the best sound using these controls. Attack means it would take longer to like activate and decrease the levels. Release is like how long it takes to return to the original volume, maybe. So that's compressor off. Definitely sounds much louder. Let's mess around with the isolator. Magnus says, ever considered effect chaining your output through a chaos pad or gear with limited performance effects? Dude, I definitely have thought about that. I don't have a chaos pad, but definitely doing the output of this to like SP404 Mark II or Roland P6, for instance, would be a good way to kind of like do live effects and stuff. So yeah, definitely I've definitely thought about doing that for sure. Oh yeah, and then DV No Name says attack 50. Let me try that. Whoa, what the hell? My threshold went to 0. Dude, I don't even remember what it was. It's probably like 50 or something. So attack of 50. Okay. Yeah, that was weird. The threshold went to 0 for some reason. Bro, it did it again. It just went to 0. I don't know what's up with that. I gotta tell Sonic where. Let's mess around with the isolator. So the isolator also has a gain parameter. So I think it's probably good to like start by increasing that and then sort of figure out what you want to dial back after that. Oh, it's not even activated. So it's definitely clipping. Probably have to decrease the low. Kind of shape things by reducing the mid as well. starts to distort a little bit. That's what I notice. And then yeah, the low has to take a hit. So maybe this isn't really the best like kind of mixing and mastering tool. You probably have better luck just using the compressor. But yeah, I don't know. The compressor, it still seems very like arcane to me. I haven't like really studied it and learned like how the controls like actually affect the sound and stuff. Usually I just kind of turn knobs until it sounds like louder or better or whatever. But yeah, I don't know why the threshold keeps going to 0. That's whack, yo. Pretty big. Oh, I see what you mean. DB no main. Alright. Yeah, the bass line's crazy. I found this like loop that kind of like worked with the sample chops. Dude, here, I'll play it for you. You can hear it. Oh. Let me save a copy. Okay, now we get the copy. Which one is the bass? Oh yeah, so yeah, the bass, let me turn off the chops. You can just hear the loop. So that's what I chopped up. Yeah, it's got that effect on it too. Let me turn that off. And then also turn off the compressor. Yeah, so I heard that and I was like, oh, that kind of sounds cool with the sample chops. And then I ended up slicing it and doing like, you know, turning it into this basically. Boom. All right, pretty chill stuff. Let me save that. Or wait, hold on a sec. I'm gonna mute some stuff and then save it. Yeah, probably just that. All right, so that's saved. I'll name it too, so don't forget. Nice. But yeah, let's go ahead and start something from scratch. Do a brand new one. That was a fun one. I think we got the room to do one more. So let's see here. I have to find a sample, which I haven't thought about. So let's see what we got. Let me check my loops folder here and see if I can find something that sounds interesting. Yeah, let's load it in, and then I'll chop it up or see what I can do. Yeah, it sounds like a fun one. All right, recording it in. Turn it up a little bit. Yeah, and there's like some stereo stuff going on. It's probably not going to sound quite the same because the Lofi-12 XT can only record in mono, but we'll see what we can get. And yeah, first things first, right off the bat, I'm going to turn off 12-bit mode and decrease or reduce the velocity sensitivity to 0. Alright, so let's chop it up. I was getting a little lost in the sauce there. So yeah, slice mode, and not sure how to approach chopping it, but I'll kind of just feel it out. Alright, and so now my plan is to pitch it way the hell down and see if it sounds tight at like -12 basically. So let's do that. Yeah, you really do lose some of the magic of it when the stereo goes away, but it's not that big of a deal. So what's crazy too is the pitch range is limited to 12 semitones when you're using the pitch adjustment on the sound page, but you can use the controls on the slice page here to bring the pitch down even further. So you can just turn the C knob and it'll reduce the pitch. And if you have the all setting enabled, it'll do it for all of them. So I could bring it down even further. Oh, it's not doing anything. Oh no, I have to do, wait. So you hold function and then you click the knob and now it's going to do it by semitone. It's kind of wild. Let me try putting a filter on it too to sort of like control, because I feel like the low end is starting to sound kind of wonky. You know what? I got a different idea. We're gonna switch it up here a little bit. Cause yeah, right now I've got it say the sample is saved on the Lofi-12 XT, which is why it's mono. I think I'm gonna try taking advantage of the MIDI here to actually have the sample chop sequenced on the M8. So let's try that. Basically what I need to do, so I'm gonna clear it, and I have to do some settings here on the M8. So actually let me make that bigger so you can see. So the way the MIDI controls work on the M8 is you basically can assign instruments on the M8 to be controlled by certain MIDI channels. So right now this instrument is instrument 06. It's the sample loop, or whatever, the sample that I was trying to chop here. So basically what I'll do is go to the system page here, MIDI settings, and then for this I can change the channel for the instrument. So right now instrument 06 is listening to channel 00, which is or actually instrument 00 is listening to channel 6. So we don't want that. We want instrument 06 to be controlled by channel 06. So now, wait, why did I do channel 06? I guess it doesn't really matter. So now I can go to the Lofi-12 XT and do system settings, MIDI. I have to make sure that I'm actually sending MIDI notes out through the MIDI port on the back. So you can go to config, out to is set to MIDI, transmit note set to on. So we're pretty good so far. And then I have to do the channel. So I want, or the track I mean. So I want the track 1 to be for the sample chops. So I'm going to change this to the same channel that I set on the M8, which is channel 06. And then I also need to make sure that channel 06 is not used by anything else. So I'll get it out of there. So now I should be able to press buttons on here, and then we can hear the M8. So it's velocity sensitive, so I need to change that. System, pad, and then for now I'll just make it 100. But it's like really pitched up. So I need to go to the pad button here and bring it down a little bit. This is the original pitch. Cool. So I'm pressing buttons on the Lofi-12 XT, but we're hearing the stereo sample from the M8. Pretty neat. So now what I can do is I can slice the sample using the slice mode on the M8. So let me pull that up actually. So get into edit here. I can do the lazy chops by just holding play and then tapping edit as I'm listening to the sample. And then another cool thing is that I can basically add, like, not infinite, but I can add like 128 sample slices in the sample, whereas the Lofi-12 XT you can only add 16. So it's kind of a cool way to like get more chops out of your samples by using like different gear. So let's listen to these. So there's a lot of like pops because when I was lazy chopping it, it did not land on like a 0-point crossing, but that is a-okay because what I can do is add a little bit of attack to the envelope by having an envelope targeting the volume. And then from here, just put, or let me do ADSR. So yeah, from here I can just put a little bit of attack on there. Oh yeah, I have to increase the decay, sustain, and release so that it basically holds the note for longer. So it's kind of like a fake one-shot mode almost. I can go all the way to the end here. Oh, and then I need to do one other thing, which is change this to slice 01 file. Nice. So yeah, basically at this point I can just use the buttons on the Lofi-12 XT to play the slices. And that's the M8 that's playing, which you're hearing through the line in on the Lofi-12 XT. And then I can do the same thing as before, which is change the pitch. I have to do it in like kind of a wonky way. So I'll basically use the, oh, here we go. Yeah, so I'm going to use this table configuration where I just do PIT, pitch command. Where art thou? PIT, where you at? Okay, here we go. And then from here, I also need to do, oh, not that. I need to do hop 0, 0. And then I need to change the table tick rate to note increment. So now, I can bring the pitch down really low. And then I can also do like ping pong looping. So we're addressing all of Lofi-12 XT's weaknesses, the things it can't do. We can do more than 16 slices, and we can also do ping pong looping. So yeah, I can just set the play mode to forward PP, and it'll basically, once it gets to the end of the slice point, it'll start playing it backwards. So you get kind of more sustain out of the sample slices. Nice. And I can sequence everything on the Lofi-12 XT. So the sounds are coming from M8, but when I put notes in the sequence here, it'll trigger the instrument that's on the M8. So it's kind of a cool like synergy in that regard. Change the tempo as well. I'm not sure what this is going to be, so let's try 82, I guess. That's the only problem though, is that you kind of have to like hold the note down. The M8 doesn't have like a really simple like true one-shot mode where it just like plays all the way through. It's always like accepting a note off command for some reason. So I kind of just have to like do a tied note sort of thing. So you can like hold the button down and then press where you want it to end. You could also just record it in like that. Alright, so super basic, and then we'll get some drums in there in just a second. Just have to fix one more thing. Let's load up some drums. Sounds pretty chill. Alright, next up, kick drum. Sounds pretty tight, so let's record it in. Just gotta wait for the sample to stop playing. There's probably a way I can like kill the noise, but I will figure that out in a second. So just putting a filter on the kick there to kind of control the sound of it. It's always like super duper loud, so you gotta turn down. Yeah, because it'll like normalize it when you record it in, or there's a setting for normalizing it, which I have it turned on. Okay, probably want to do a little bit of sound design on this. Maybe using like the high pass filter, for instance. Yeah, there's like something in the low and the mid, so I just want to clean it up a bit. Oh yeah, and right now I have the velocity of the pads to always be at 100. So let me change that in the pad screen so we can do a little bit more expressive performance. Got it perfect there, but I missed like a note here, and I missed a note here too. This one's easy, I can just put it in. Okay with there being some spaces in it. Alright, so now that we've got the rhythm section kind of sketched out, it'll be easier to play sample chops. So now I'm going to come back to these and sort of like pick some other slices that work well here. So let's see what we got. Oh yeah, I have to do the add thing again. Set it to 100. And that's just to make sure it has like a consistent level as I record the sequence. Alright, so I've got a basic riff with the sample chops. Let me clone this out, as we are wont to do. And then now I can have some of these like in-between sort of sample slices only trigger on the second half, so it sounds a little bit different across 4 bars instead of just 2. gotta normalize it so it's loud enough. Sounds like hella loud now. Then we scale it back. It's open hat. Let me work it into the sequence a little bit better. So first I'll clone it. So it's 2 bars instead of 1 bar. And then it won't play on the first one, just the second one. What's up, Matt Jacob? It's cracking, man. All right, so rhythm section sounds pretty chill. Dude, I appreciate that. Yeah, this one sounded dope. Dude, let's get bread. Thanks for dropping those emojis in the chat, dude. So yeah, maybe bass is next. Start working on the low end. Nice. Definitely used this sound before, but it's a very nice stand-up bass sample. So yeah, let's record that in. And then we can adjust the envelope to bring it in a little bit, make it a little tighter. Set it to mono and no velocity sensitivity. Turn 12-bit off as well. can put the filter on to kind of like further shape it a bit. Yeah, you can basically use the low pass filter to turn it into like a sub bass, or you can keep some of the original kind of frequencies. So that's kind of like the sub bass version. Probably need headphones to hear it. This is like just with a little bit of that top end kind of cut off, so you can hear the difference. It kind of gets rid of like the plucky sound. Sounds more smooth. So we'll keep the low pass filter on it. Add some more like world instruments, like maybe some kind of like weird stringed plucky kind of instrument. I think I got a folder for those, let me check. Dig this. So yeah, kind of that world instrument guitar string type deal that I was talking about. We found it. But yeah, Alex the Cat writes in and says, "Hey, amazing as always." Oh, dude, thanks. I wanted to ask you, this is a new question. What is the use of the M8 in this setup? A sample launcher, so you can record them into the XT? Is there a similar device that can do it, I think is what you're asking. But yeah, it's a good question. So M8 I usually use to, launch samples, which I then record into the Lofi-12 XT. This session is a little bit different though, because I actually do have this thing sending MIDI notes to control sounds on this. So I have the sequence here for just the sample chops, not for the drums and stuff. That's this sequence. So you see I'll mute everything. And right now this doesn't have a sample loaded to it. It's empty. But it's just sending MIDI, which is then triggering a sample on the M8. So you can kind of use this as like a sequencer to control external gear, which is pretty neat. So that's kind of what I'm doing here. Usually I just record samples in, but for this particular session, I chose to, have something that's sliced on here, and then this just sends the MIDI. Which makes it a lot of fun to, like, for instance, play sample chops back. Right, because on the M8, this thing does not have like the kind of pads and things that you can just tap out a beat on or whatever. So it's kind of cool to combine this with other gear. It's kind of long and short of it. But if you're asking if there's a similar device that can do that, You could definitely just use your phone, like Koala Sampler, for instance. In fact, that you can even use cloud storage with. So if you had like your samples saved to your Apple Drive, or I don't know, I don't have an Apple, so I don't know how to describe the term for it. But on Android, it'd be like Google Drive or something. So you could basically like have samples saved there and then load them on your phone. And then, yeah, Lofi-12 XT can take audio over the USB. You kind of have to get like a wonky cable for it, something that can do like USB-C or whatever your phone is to this thing. But they make like adapters and stuff. Like I have one that's like the micro to USB-C. So yeah, your phone is probably going to be your cheapest solution to like launch samples from to then save into the Lofi-12 XT. Because other than that, you'd need like another sampler basically, which is why I'm using this. You could use your computer too if you plug it into your computer. So yeah, those are just a couple ideas to help you kind of like record sounds from other devices onto the Lofi-12 XT. Oh yeah, I wanted to record this, what you call it? See if that was loud enough to get it all. Certainly was. So let's get chopping. Let's just make a beat with that. Sounds pretty sick. I probably do need to turn it down though. Dude, put some delay on it though. The sequence. But yeah, so Alex the Cat says, so something like the 1010 Black Box can do it, right? Or another XT? I'm asking that because I'm based in the EU, so to get an M8 is kind of hard. Yeah, there's plenty of devices you can use. Yeah, Black Box would definitely work. I've done that in the past. And yeah, Gar Magnus saying Tangerine could also be used as a sample library. Yeah, what you really want is, yeah, something with a micro SD card would be sick. I don't think I would recommend getting another XT to launch samples from though, especially because the XT's mono, so you're really limited in that regard. Whereas like other devices, you have them in stereo, so you can choose if you want to record in the left channel or the right channel or whatever. So you definitely want a stereo sampler, I think, to launch your library from. And yeah, GatherThread says you can use YouTube as a sample library, so that's another point for like using your phone, for instance. But yeah, definitely a lot of options you have for sure. And I hadn't even thought about the 1010 Tangerine. That sounds sick, because it's like the black box, but even smaller. And that's what I like about this thing so much, is that it's like super tiny. Kind of just bring it wherever. Got a chill little layer there. And then yeah, Alex Cat says the Tangerine looks good for the price, as I'm looking for something to take samples and use them with XT. Dude, heck yeah. Yeah, man, you'll find something for sure. Tangerine sounds tight. I'm gonna look into it too, to be honest with you. And then GatherThread says I use a KO2 a lot, and I like wiping the unit clean and filling it with X Vibe off YouTube, and then building out the 9 tracks, saving data to PC, backup folder, and then rinse and repeat. Dude, that's tight. Yeah, that's the cool thing about those teenage engineering devices. You kind of like, you can build like a clean slate and like kind of work from there. I feel like I did that with the Pocket Operator a lot too. Just like have like one kind of focused type of sound in it, and then just wipe it and work on something else. So the KO2 is like that, but like way more space basically. Sounds kind of tight, so I'm gonna record it in. Just gonna wait for my sample chops to stop. Sample chops to sample stop. That pitch works. The cat. That's a good point. Definitely. Yeah, I definitely would not recommend buying something like this just to use it as a sample launcher, because it's pretty expensive for just that purpose. But it does have some interesting capabilities beyond that. But you have to jive with the workflow, which not everyone does. Like someone earlier mentioned that they had sold their M8 recently just because they, I don't know, it wasn't making ambient music in the way they wanted it to. So yeah, this thing is fun if you're into that sort of workflow, but if you're just looking for a sample launcher, yeah, dude, sounds like maybe the Tangerine would be the ticket. I gotta look at that too. And then yeah, Gather-Thrid, talking about the Pocket Operator workflow. Dude, that thing, I love using the Pocket Operator. I haven't done a session with it in a while, so maybe that'll be next on the docket. Because yeah, that thing's fun. And then you get like 2 of them, dude. It's just twice as fun. You know what I'm saying? And then yeah, Alex the Cat saying, I want to have limitations and can get lost with the amount of options. Yeah, so probably the phone is like not the good thing for you then. But yeah, for some people, yeah, just using, you know, Koala Sampler on your phone is like a great way to bring sounds into this. But if you're worried about, yeah, limitations and stuff, you might get a little bit lost in all the possibilities, basically. so bad at using the compressor here. Just gonna keep it off. It sounds chill. Nice. So yeah, this beat turned out pretty chill. Definitely want to do something though to capture the loop that I'm playing, or the sample chops I mean. Because yeah, right now everything is saved on the Lofi-12 XT, all the samples, except the kind of main sample chop that I was using. All that was just being triggered off of M8. So I sort of want to capture it on here so I at least have like something I can play if I don't have the M8 configured in such a way where the MIDI's going into it and whatever. So I'm going to record just the sample chops. So I'm going to mute everything else, just have the sample chops playing. And then yeah, function record. And yeah, I think I should just be able to arm the recording and then press the play button, and then it'll just play the sample chops. And then it doesn't know to like stop it once it starts looping, so I just have to stop it manually, which I did. Whoa, something sounds wonky. Okay, anyways, now what I gotta do is clear the sequence data. So I'm not playing the sample chops anymore. Maybe I should save a copy of this before I do that. So save it twice. Okay, so yeah, you hold clear and then you press the track button. You have a couple options here. I want to do note, but if you wanted to clear other stuff, you could do that as well. So clear the notes, and then this is what the sample looks like, which is just the sample chops that we're playing from this. So now what I can do is just put a note on the first step. It's like super low pitch, I guess. Alright, so this is the correct pitch, so I just have to put a note down for it. This is probably C4. Yeah, it's C4. Alright, and then now I just need to turn the envelope off as well. So now when it plays it, it'll play it all the way through instead of like playing it until I let go of the note and release it. So now everything should sound normal. put an effect on it too, like an insert effect on the sample chops. What would sound cool? Tremolo, maybe? Dude, auto wah sounds kind of trippy. Little phaser. Not bad for like a performance effect if I want to turn it on to switch up the vibe a little bit. Nice. All right. Well, yeah, that was that beat. Turned out pretty interesting. Yeah, just using those sample chops from M8 and then finally porting it over. I don't know what this is all about. Try and rub that off. But yeah, so I think that's going to do it for this session. Made a couple beats, got to chill out and hang out with the good people out there. So big shout out to you for tuning in. Yeah, let's take a look at the chat recap. Dude, yeah, big shout out to Elias and stuff. Dude, Simon Laver Beats, B Jammin', Let's Get Bread, Gar Magnus, dude, Gad Earthrid, Alex the Cat, and Matt Jacob. I can't remember if I said that or not. And DV Mo Name or No Name. So yeah, big shout out to you all. Yeah, be sure to tune in to the next one, or hope to catch you on another stream, that is. And then there's a video coming out tomorrow, which is about rolling P6. So if you're looking for tips on the P6, keep an eye out for that. But yeah, that's going to do it for this one. But until next time, peace.